Alright, this is the custom chatbot UI design created with HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Let me show you what it does. It does not have any functionality, it's just a UI design. Now if I click on refresh and if you click on this pop-up, you'll see a if you click on this button, you'll see a pop-up saying that hi, how can I assist you today? And if you type something, you'll see the button, send button shows up. If you remove it, there is no button now. So if you click on send button, you'll get a reply saying that thinking. And if you click on the close button, you'll see the pop-up gets closed. So if you want to open and close the pop-up or the chatbot, you can just click on the button which is at the bottom right of the screen. Source code and tutorial available on my YouTube channel. Alright, if you wish to learn more such tutorial, you have to get into my channel and I have a collection of JavaScript playlist. So here, get into the playlist where you will find JavaScript related projects. So I have games in JavaScript and let me search for JavaScript here. Over here you will find the vanilla JavaScript project tutorial. I have like 90 plus tutorials in a single playlist. If you are an intermediate level developer, you can directly jump to this video and start along. But if you are a very beginner, I would recommend you to start from episode 1. So you can see I have started from episode 1 and now I have reached till here 95. If you have no idea of what Java is, I would recommend you to start from episode number 0. Sorry, episode number 1. So if you are okay with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you don't need quite introduction of each function and each value or each variable, you can directly jump and start along with this current project which you have clicked on. Now for each videos I have left this code in the description. You just need to click it and start coding with me. So in case if you got stuck somewhere, you can just copy paste the code which I have linked in the description so that you don't get stuck anywhere. So that's enough for the intro. Let's just get started with the project. The very first thing what we need to do is we need to create 3 files. The first one is HTML file. We're going to name it as index.html. And we need the style sheet file. So style.css, I'm going to create Control N, Control S, style.css, and then Control N again, Control S. I'm going to save it as script.js. So this is for the script or the JavaScript file, JavaScript codes. Now we need to link these 2 files into the HTML. So exclamatory tab. So once you make exclamatory tab, and you will see a boilerplate code. My PC is running slow today. Control A, exclamatory tab. Okay, it's not working. Yep, we got it. Now we need to link the style sheet. So just type link tab and it's style.css, and just below the closing of body tag you can have script.js. Now for the HTML we need a div with class chatbot, and inside the chatbot we will have header and we will have unordered list with the class chatbox, and of course the list item for incoming chat and outgoing chat, and then we would have chat input div which will have your text area and of course a button. So let's deal with chat incoming, chat incoming. The same way this is going to be outgoing. So here the incoming chat will be like hi, how can I assist you today? And for the outgoing chat, which you will be typing like hello, some questions you will be typing, and we can have a chat box icon. So before that we just need to link the font awesome CDN just before our style.css. So we don't want this to be overridden by we want our style sheet to override the CDN. That's why I've written it below. Now we can have our icon over here. So I think this would be good. This would be the right pick. So just paste it, and for the button you can type send. So this seems to be okay for me. For the text area button, let's just see how does it looks. So Control O, I have saved this file as episode number 99. So let me just open it. So this is how it looks. So over here for all the element we can remove the margin and padding and add box sizing border box, and also we can have the CDN for the font, padding 0, margin 0, box sizing border box, and let's just search for the Google font Poppins. Just click on the link get font, and you can click on embed code, and over here just click on import and copy the code and paste it. So it says we have Poppin of these variations, and for all element we can have the font as Poppins. So that's it for this tab. Now if you refresh, you'll see the change in the font. So let's work on the CSS now. Now let us start working on the CSS. So let's just understand the hierarchy. we can have here, and then instead of writing directly, it's better to write this inside the paragraph. Control Alt Z, I guess. The same way for here, we'll write this inside paragraph. So we have chatbot. Inside chatbot we have header, and then we have unordered list, then we have list item with incoming, then outgoing. Let's just confirm the spelling. Yes, that's right. And then we have a div with class chat input, and inside the chat input we have text area, and then we have, we'll write this inside span, not button. We have span, inside span we have I. The same way for the incoming, we have an I tag here, and also the paragraph. The same way for outgoing, we have paragraph. So this is the hierarchy for CSS. Let's just paste this over here. And one more thing that we need to focus on is this should be required, and I'll say why I have made this required in a minute, sorry, while writing. So we'll be giving the color. I would say we can have any color as you wish, but for just tutorial I'm going to stick with the regular color. So let the background be something dark, -3, which is some kind of gray, and let the chat box background color be white, and let it have the width of 420 pixel, and let's just make them position absolute, bottom of 100 pixel, and right of 50 pixel. So you got this here. The same way, if you wish to add padding, we can have padding 10 pixel on all sides, and let there be a border radius of 15 pixel on all sides, and I would say the height for the unordered list be something like 510 pixel. I'll leave it to you. Cool, I think that's fine to have this over here. And for the header, let's have font size of 1.2 rem, and background color be red, just to see how does it looks. So I would say better to have padding not on the container but inside the child, and we'll have overflow hidden so that we could see the border radius. Overflow hidden on the chatbot, so we could see the border radius over here. So right click and get into the inspect, and I would like to choose the color. Instead of red, let's just pick some other random color. Just pick background and make this red, and not this, but header. Where is the header? Header should be inside the chatbot. Click on this. You can have any color you want. A light color. So I would say this looks cool instead of red, instead of black, or what I would say is choose a color which would look good in white background, sorry, white text, something like this. Cool, let me just copy this and paste it over here, and we can change the color from black to white, so we can have the color as white. Cool, now that looks cool. The same way, let's just make this open, so we need some changes. In that case, we'll do it. Cool, now let's directly dump into the text areas. So over here we have a chat input. We can make this position absolute. To have this position absolute, you have to make the parent as position relative. So here in this case, the text area's parent, chat inputs parent is chatbot, so that's the reason I've made the chatbot position relative. So now what we can do is, I think it has not recorded properly. What we have done is, I have given the text area, sorry, I have picked the container which holds the text area and given the position absolute, and made it touch bottom. So you can see this height is 400 and it has touched the bottom, and given the background color to the input field If you want, you can remove it. So I have given the width of the container to be like 100% and made the display flex. So by making this, giving display flex, it takes the text area and the button are the same line. So to adjust the width, what I have done is I have given the text area as 90%, removed the border and outline. If I make the if I make this, you'll see the outline shows up, and it's better to have border 0.5 pixel solid black. We can make this gray as well, and just click on this and make this transparent. So this seems to be alright, and I have made the resize as none and given padding on all sides except bottom 10 pixel. And then we have tag this, we have made the height as 15 instead of background color. What we can do is we can give this color and remove the background color, and now you will see you should have the font color as this one, and if you want you can make the font size as 1 rem or 1.5, 1 rem 16 pixel, 1.5, just go with the calculation. Cool. Now by default let's just make the visibility as none, visibility as hidden. So when we type something on the text area, it is required. When we type something on the text area, if the text area is valid, then just after the text area we have a span, make the visibility of the span as visible. So now if I type something, you'll see the text area. If I remove it, you won't see it. So there seems to be a text area. The border is, I think we should place the hash over here, that's why I couldn't see the border. And border just top, we don't need. Just type something, you'll see the text box. And we can make the pointer as cursor for the span. Cursor as pointer, make sure it's saved. Now if you type something and if you hover on it, you'll see the cursor. So now let's work on the incoming and outgoing messages. So as we know, we can make the color of the icon as blue, and in the incoming we can make display flex, so we can get side by side. And for the outgoing messages we can make the background color as blue, and for the color as white we can make the width as 80% or 60%. So for both the list item we can have a common style, like we can have padding on all sides 10 pixel, or 10 is too much, you can make it 5 pixel. And for everything we can make display flex, and for the outgoing we can specifically make the justify content, so justify self as flex end. I think it's align something, align self as flex end. Let's just see. Actually there's already display flex, we can remove this. So what we need is, we need some space over here. So for the list item we can have padding 10 pixel on all sides, basically it's a margin I believe, and we can give border radius 5 pixel on all sides, or you can say 5 on all sides. And for the incoming messages we want, let's just give the background color just to see how does it looks. We won't be giving it red or something grayish. And we can stick with the max width, the same for both as 60 pixel. We can give it to the common CSS rule, so both of them are 60. And instead of giving this style to the list item, what we can do is we can give them to the paragraph, call the paragraph, and give the background color for the incoming messages. We want this background color to be only applied on the paragraph, and the border radius also. So we can give margin left of 10 pixel instead of 60. We can make this 70, and of course we can give padding on all sides for paragraph. and this paragraph should be only for incoming messages. If we just, if you want, we can place this at the center. What we will do, we'll find the icon. Yes, over here. It should be inside span. Let's just place this inside span. Sure, you have saved this. This is inside span. We can give the height and width of the span as 50 pixel, width, line height as 50 pixel. I think it's too big. Line height. So if you give the height and line height same, so it will be the center. Cool. Now what we can do is we need to make this our text, which is outgoing text, should be over here. So the align self is the thing that we need to focus on. So before that, we need to get the unordered list and give the display flex, and if you make this display flex, you see what happens. So what we need to do is we have to break the default behavior by making this column and get into the outgoing message, and here we can make this align self as flexion. Now you got it. Cool. Right now we need a toggle button. So just above we can make a div called chatbot toggle, and inside we can have two span and one with ID open and one with ID close. So we got it. Just copy this and paste it for the open, and we can make this for the close. Cool. And we can have the style sheet over here, style rule over here, and for open, for close. Now position absolute, bottom 30 pixel, right 40 pixel, so width as 50 pixel. Just to see the div, we need to give the width and height. Width as 50 pixel and height as 50 pixel. We can have background as red. So whatever is there inside, I want it to be at the center. So display flex, align item center, and justify content center. And we can have border radius as 50%, and for the color we can make this our favorite blue, and whatever is there inside, let this be color white. And for this we can make this display none as of now, and inside span we have an I tag. For default we can give font size of and cursor pointer. Cool. I have reduced the size, and if you wish to change the size, let's just make this 5 pixel on all sides, and padding something like 10 pixel or 8 pixel would work. And you would see for incoming this should be 0, not here but here, and for outgoing here it should be 0. Here it should be sharp. Cool. There seems to be no padding here. Let's see why there is no padding. Cool, we got it. And here it doesn't seem to be at the center. So display flex, align item center, justify content center. Copy this and just paste the display code, and now it's at the center. If you want, you can make this appear at the center of the screen, sorry, center of the header, and text shadow, x-axis, y-axis, spread and color. I'll leave it to you. If you want, you can have a shadow over here. If you remove this, it doesn't have any shadow. And in the chatbot, we can have box shadow, 0 pixel, left and right, x-axis, y-axis, and RGBA, red, green, blue, alpha, 0, 0, 0, 0.5. This is for alpha. Cool. 0.1 would work. And here we can have a placeholder in the text area as enter your message. And yes, you got it. Alright, now you see this border of the text area doesn't seem to be completing the whole width. So in that case, what we can do is we will remove this and add this to the chat input. Now you see it covers. The next thing, we will hide this. Before hiding there, instead of making this display none, what we do is get this and use the last child and make this opacity. By default you see both. If I make this opacity 0, and now you will see it's hidden. Or let's just make display none. Cool. Now we are not going to use the class, we will be using the first child and last child. Now let's just create a class to the body as show chatbot. Now over here we have show chatbot. By default, let the chatbot have opacity 0 and pointer event none and transform scale 0.5. Let me just show you without opacity, and now it's hidden. So when there is show chatbot, we want to make this scale as default and opacity 1. So we have added the chatbot, show chatbot. Let's just, instead of show chatbot, inside the body there is this chatbot. Now remove this class, it's hidden. So if I show this class, it's visible. Likewise, when show chatbot is there, I want to change the toggle to display block, and the first child to be displayed none. So let me just remove the class. So before refreshing, you'll see there's a close button. So if I make a refresh, you'll see the chatbot. So let's add a class. So now two things should happen. The first one is you should see the chatbot. The second one is this icon should change to close. Cool, that's what we need, and this is what we got. Now let's just work on the JavaScript. Now let's work on JavaScript. The first thing what we need to do is, when I type something, I think I have made the pointer event as pointer event. So here pointer event as auto or visible. So when I type something, if I click on send, this should be captured into a variable, and as of now let's just display them into the console. So for that you need we are going to use the query selector, document.query selector, and inside we have text area, and then we have span tag. So we'll use the send button and attach an event called click. When it is clicked, we'll execute an event called handle chat, and we'll use the arrow function. And over here we'll get the input field value dot trim. This will trim the text message or you can say chat message, and we'll just console the chat message. Hello, this is Vishal. There seems to be an error. Yep, we have a span. I think it seems to be a spelling mistake. This is how it should be. Console, where is console? And you got it. Now what we need to do is, if the message is null, then return, or else. Now if I type something, let us make this outgoing message. So how we are going to do it? We'll be creating a function called createListItem outgoing, and here we need to pass the message. We'll be passing the message, also the text called outgoing, or the class called outgoing. So this is a class. Now let's just create this function. So here we have message and class name. Now we need to create a list item HTML with document.createElement, and here it's going to be list item, chat list item, and once it is created, we'll append class list dot add. We can add the class name over here, and then we need to append the. Here there are two cases. We need to focus on this. The first one has the span and the paragraph. The second one just has the paragraph. So here we need to check whether it is incoming or outgoing. Of course, you see there's a class called chat. If you want, you can add multiple. So I think I have not used this class. It's nothing, so you can just leave it as it is, incoming and outgoing. Let's make this simple. Now we need to use, if the class name is outgoing, then do something, else do something. So in that case, we'll be appending the HTML from outgoing directly. Here, instead of this message, we will have our message. Else, there should be this HTML. Just copy this and paste it this way, and store it into a variable called chat content. Instead of, we don't need this, we just need the span and the paragraph, and let's just store this into a variable called chat content. And now we need to append this chat content inside the chat list data which we have created with inner HTML equal to chat content. Now we can return this chatLI. So here now we need to append this inside this one, UL with class chatbox. So class with UL tag, and UL tag dot append child. Let's see, click on send. Yes, shall this is me. Cool. Now we can remove the default one, comment this, and now what we need to do is, as I type something, we should get a reply from this chatbot saying that thinking. So here we use the same for the incoming message. Cool. Now we'll use set timeout function, and I should get reply within 600 milliseconds. And what message should I pass? The chat message is thinking, and it's incoming message. Let's see, hello. It says thinking. Cool, that works. Also this should have, I think, spelling mistake. It's incoming, not ingoing. I think we need to remove this class style. Yep, got it. And now what we are going to do is we are going to get the reply from the chat GPT. So here I want you to go to this link called endpoints. Here you will find how to make, and with this link you will see this post. We'll be using the JavaScript to hit this URL so that we can get the reply. So to hit this URL you need an API key. So here in this URL you will be creating a key. So here in this case I'll just give chatbot testing and let me create a secret. So here you will find the key. I'll delete this key once I complete this tutorial. Use your own key, so it is recommended as well. So this free key has a limitation. So here in the usage page it's not completely free. You will get the restriction saying that this is the usage, and to increase the limit you need to pay this like $18 something. I'm not used to this pricing. If you want to make this live professionally, it is recommended to purchase it. Anyways, after some chat what will happen is it will expire, and this is the complete dashboard. So now you know how to get the API, and we got the secret key. We'll be using this into our code, and let us paste our API key over here. And here inside the set timeout we'll be calling this function called generate response. So let's just define the generate response over here. And inside, as I said, we are going to hit the endpoint. Endpoint is different, so this is for a reference, and this is the actual endpoint which we will get on this document. And as I said, we are going to hit with the post method, and here I have passed the API key, and if you click on this chat you will see the endpoint here, and these are the models, and here inside the content we will be writing our message. So here user message, let's just find this, and as we type the user message we'll just store this over here, and with this we will use the Ajax. With this message and with this API we are able to send the fetch API. So with the help of fetch API we are passing the secret key and the header for which is the endpoint URL along with the data. Let's see what reply we get in the console. If I type hello and click on send, and you should see the post. Actually I think we have to write this inside the XAMPP. Let me run this XAMPP. It's very simple. What you have to do is you have to copy the same folder and get into XAMPP htdocs and paste it. So once you paste it, make sure your XAMPP is running. You have to click on run button on the XAMPP, and now this is the thing which I was saying, like the start and start both. I have renamed the file name to chatbot. Let me just type hello and click on send. I'm getting this error. Let me just close this. So I think the rate limit is exceeded. I need to create the API again, secret key again, because for this account I have exceeded the rate limit. Now what I did is I have previously, let me just undo it and do it again. I have created a constant, and I'm going to paste this constant inside the parameter of generate response, and we'll be receiving it as a parameter over here, and we just need the paragraph. So using this parent.query selector, we'll use query selector, and we just need the paragraph which has the message of what the user sent. Actually it is clearly saying that insufficient quota, you exceeded your current quota, please check your plan and billing. Okay, anyways we'll just work on this. When I click on this button, we want the body to have the show chat bot class. We'll just work on the UI itself, not on the functionality for today. Now to get the div which is chat toggle, add event listener which is click, class list.add, you can add this. Let's see if I click on this, and if I click on this again, and we will be working on the toggle. So to create the toggle effect, like if I click on second, if there is a second click, then we should remove the class. If this is second click, then remove it. Let's see whether this works or not. So this is first click opens, second click close, first click open, second click close. Cool, that works. So this is the UI done for now. So if you want on submit, we can make the value to null. If I type hello and click enter, and it's gone. Cool. That's all for today.